Hey everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at houses in New World and everything that you really need to know about getting a house. So, to start off, if you first want to get a house, you will need territory standing level of 10 at least, and this will allow you to get the lowest tier of house, which is quite cheap at first because your first house is half off. So the highest tier of house that you can buy is only about 10k gold. And to get the highest tier of house, you need to have level 30 standing in a zone. And I would recommend maybe going for that first. If you get impatient, you could maybe go for one of the lower tier houses, like this one that I have here. But the issue with that is you can only get up to 3 chests. Now, this isn't marked. Well, it's not completely, it's not like in your face when you first go to buy a house, but if we were to come up to this house here, this is a lower tier house. We go to purchase it. We have 125 items, a 3-hour cooldown on fast travel, the higher tier house, the lower cooldown, and 5 trophy buffs. This doesn't really change for the other houses, but if we hover over items here and the question mark, you can have up to 6 pets, 6 lights, and 2 storage chests in this house. And mine is 1 above this, so I can have some more pets, more lights, and 1 more storage chest. Now, for the highest tier of house, which I believe is this one here, well, right now I have to pay 20k because I've already bought a home, but if you were buying for the first time, this would only cost 10k, and you'd have 2-hour cooldown on your fast travel, up to 200 items in your house. You'd get up to 8 pets, 10 lights, and 4 storage chests. Now, the reason that these chests are so important is because if we go back to my house real quick, so now that we're back in my house, we have these 3 basic chests. These are the first tier of chests that you can craft at level 35. These all give you an extra 200 to your storage for each chest, so my storage in Everfall is, well, without the chests it would be 1,225, and now with the chests I'm at 1,825 with just these basic chests. If I had bought a I think it's tier 4 house, the highest tier of house, I would have up to 2,000 storage, so I'm missing out by not having that. Now, to craft these chests, or to craft any furniture in the house, we need to go over to the workbench, so let's go over there. So once we're at the workshop, we come over here and scroll down a little bit, and we'll get to furniture, and this is where we'll craft all the furniture we need. You're going to need a lot of ash stains for it, so you're going to need a lot of solvent, a lot of charcoal, which you can get from just burning wood at the smelter. And here we'll have a few items that we can make. Now, not all of these are available just from leveling up your furnishing. You actually get some by finding schematics in chests and crates. You also find some furniture in chests and crates around the world. And then to actually learn these schematics, you have to salvage the schematic, and it'll give you a bit of fiber, and you'll learn the recipe. Now, as for the basic stuff, I found that the ash wall shelf was pretty good for leveling up my furnishing initially, until I got to what I wanted, which was the log storage chest, which again is the very basic chest that you can make. And to make this, you only need 30 timber, 15 iron ingots, 1 ash stain, and then a minor rune of holding. Which, to get the minor rune of holding, we just want to go over to our faction shop, which luckily for me is right here. Go to buy rewards, and it's on the first tier, so it only costs 1,000 faction tokens and 250 gold. You can also buy these chests for, I believe it's 400 gold each on my server right now. It may differ depending on the location that you're at and whatever server you're on. But they are relatively cheap to just buy if you don't really want to bother spending faction tokens or leveling up your furnishing. But, you know, if you do want to level up and get more furniture, I'd recommend maybe just making the ash shelves. Again, you can see how much XP each item makes. So, if I was to say, look at the ash bar stool, it's 156 furnishing per. And then the shelf is 126. The only difference between these two is the shelf costs 5 iron ingots and the stool costs 10. So I just thought it'd be more efficient to make shelves I think you can have a stack of 4 of these at once. So that's what I was doing. And you can see some of the items that I actually found in schematics here, like this one that's kind of buggy where it's got a placeholder image. It's an old log stool. I've not made one of these, so I don't know what it looks like in the world. Maybe it's also just a placeholder image in the once I put it down in the game, but I'm not sure. And then I also have the Gothic Velvet Armchair, which requires level 183 furnishing, but I will make one day. One day I'll eventually get there, because that does look very nice. And again, there's more things you can make. You can eventually start to get lights as well as trophies. So there's the Minor Corrupted Combat Trophy, which lets you get a bit of a bonus when fighting corrupted enemies. Then there's various amounts of these. There's some for gathering and crafting. There's an armor and crafting one. But yeah, these are further down. I don't think you can make any trophies until you hit level 75 in Furnishing, so I've not quite got there yet, but if you do want to go down there and start making trophies, you can do. Or again, you could try and buy some of these off the trading post if you're willing to pay the price. Okay, and now that we're back at the house, we can actually just decorate, and if we wanted to do so, we just press B, and it'll bring up a list of all our furniture. Whether it's in our storage or in our inventory, we'll be able to just pull whatever we want out. So, I don't have anything great here, but like a to-do list, a garlic bulb, reef. We do have a very lovely picture of or painting of a bear in a meadow. So you know what, let's go ahead and place that. I'm going to put that above my upstairs fireplace. So let's come up here, press decorate again. Now you can move while decorating, but I find it's a lot more convenient to just close the menu and come back up. It's also a little laggier if you move around while also having the decorating menu open. So right now I actually have grid placements on, which snaps it. But if I press left alt, disable that, you can see we can kind of move it wherever we want. And I believe yellow means it's clipping. So I think it looks good there. There we go. Beautiful. That'll do. And if we want to just get rid of that, we could just pick it up and that will just pick it right back up and throw it back into our inventory. Or we can just move it about again, put it wherever we want. You can actually left control to lock the surface, and you can just have it lie flat on the ceiling, which is a little silly. And then if I press left control again, it's no longer locked to that it's no longer locked to that surface, and I can bring it down to here, left click, and then it's now locked to this wall. So as you can see, I can't bring it all the way up or bring it all the way down. And if we put it on the floor, we can do the same. But if we just press escape, it locks back to where we last placed it. So there's a lot you could do there. You could actually just, if you wanted to, put a chair on the wall like that, which looks rather silly, but it's something you can do. I'm wondering if I can actually sit on this if I put it on the floor. Oh, there is an interact icon up there. I don't know if it's going to let me do it though. Oh well, but I think I'll go ahead and pick that back up. There we go. And our trophy buffs over here are on the right. So if you have any of those, that's where they're going to appear. Of course, we can also just interact with all the furniture, like the bed here. You can lie down if you want. So, I mean, for role players, you know, you can interact with furniture, it's a thing. I don't know if people are going to be role playing in a New World, but, you know, it's a thing you can do. Again, my house is a bit sparse at the moment. I've not really done a ton of decorating because I just wanted the bare minimum. I just wanted to get the chests down and I wanted to fast travel back to this zone as quick as possible. So that's kind of why I've just thrown stuff about. But if you do a really good job decorating or just have a lot of furniture, you earn points. And if we come out of our house and enter the house menu, we can actually see the top 20 houses. So, as we can see, we've got the top guy here. We can actually just enter their house. And we can kind of see what theirs looks like. So, again, a lot nicer decorated than my house, but that's fine. It is what it is. And of course, he's got a couple of chests down as well. definitely, you know, placed in a better position than just along the wall. But yeah, it's very similar to how Black Desert does it. So from the outside, if we look in, we can see my house currently because I own this. But if I was to go to another house, such as this one here, we look in, we can see the top player's house. So this Pam Pimu's residence, because they're the top player, we can see their house. And then if we come out, we could go in someone else's house and it'll look completely different. Or will it? Yeah, it does look different. It looked kind of similar, but yeah. If you want to show off, you want to be the top player with a house, you can go ahead and decorate away. Of course, you can't have more than one house in a zone. You can actually have up to 3 houses in the game, depending on your level. So if we go to level rewards, at 55 you unlock your 3rd house. And at level... oh, what level is it? Hold on. Level 35 you unlock your 2nd house. I mean, if you're leveling pretty fast, you're probably not going to be having the goal to buy all these houses right away. But once you get to this point, you can have at least 3, so I think my plan is to have my main hub being like Everfall, maybe one up in Morningdale, and then I might have one down in Cutlass Keys as well, just so I've got some good coverage of the map, because then I have 3 separate recalls. I also can set an inkeep somewhere so I can essentially recall 4 times. And then on top of that, if you want to reset the cooldown of a house, you can just come over here, pay a small amount of Azoth to reset the cooldown, and that's going to be a lot less Azoth than just fast traveling with an inventory full of stuff. But yeah, I do need to pay tax, so it's 800 for me at the moment, which is due in 48 minutes. And if I don't pay the tax, I won't be able to decorate, I won't be able to make use of the fast travel, and I think it will also lock me out of the storage because the chests won't count. As well as trophy buffs won't be active. You don't straight up have the house demolished like you would in some other games. But yeah, I'll probably end up upgrading from this house to like a top tier house eventually. I actually just like the way this house looked compared to some of the others. So that's why I got it, but I probably should upgrade just so I can have a bit more storage. For the moment, I'm okay, because I can eventually upgrade these chests to the next tier, and I'll be able to get some more room in my storage anyway, but yeah, I will have to upgrade. Again, first time buyers, you might just want to wait to get standard 30 because it's only going to cost you 10k. But yeah, that is pretty much all you need to know about housing. So feel free to go buy your first house and decorate away, and maybe do a better job than I've done, as I've just got a couple of chairs, a keg, well, it's actually leaking as well, and my dog, a couple of power pots. It's cozy, you know? But yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all the usual YouTube stuff. Check out our Discord, check me out over on Twitch, and I will see you all in the next video.